Welcome back, gamers. So we're almost there. We've got the second to last Guilty Gear Strive Day 0 build today, and we have Potemkin. This is another interesting one, another one that doesn't have a lot of buzz, but let's see if we can make some buzz. Potemkin is a 5-hand size, 32 health character with Earth and Void as his symbols. Funny enough, the second 5-hander in as many sets to have Earth and Void, the other one being Metalhead from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but we're not here to talk about turtles. We're here to talk about this big, beefy boy Potemkin. He's got 2 responsibilities, the first of which is a tenacious ability, so playable while Potemkin himself is committed. Before you take damage from an attack, if its damage is 4 or greater, it gets -1 damage. So what's cool about this is it's tenacious, so you can commit him to pass checks and be okay. It does not say if you would take damage from an unblocked attack, which a lot of 5-handers have been doing with like Grog's damage reduction or Ryukyu's damage reduction. So even if you partial block, if the attack's damage is 4 or greater, it gets -1 damage before you take the damage. So that's kind of cool. It kind of sucks that it is only -1 damage when you do have only 32 health, as opposed to, I believe Metalhead has 37, but he doesn't have any damage reduction, so we'll see if that makes a difference. And then we have response after your attack is completely blocked, your rival discards 1 card. So, not to keep jumping back and forth here, but Metalhead was if you take damage from an attack, your rival has to discard a card once per turn. Potemkin is not once per turn on his either of his responses, and if your rival continues to completely block your attacks, it's going to cost them 2 cards instead of 1. So if you have any sort of draw, and you can make your attacks threatening enough, he's got a good case for making your opponent partial block and still take damage. So he can be kind of hand taxing. So let's see what we can do with this hand tax. Starting with our attacks, we have Potemkin Buster, his ultra rare. It's a 5/2, 2 mid for 6, with a 3 high block, tension, and throw. Tension is a blitz keyword ability that says add 1 Roman cancel token to your momentum. And for more information on tension and the Roman cancel token mechanics, please see the tension video in the Hermit School of Universus playlist in the description. And throw is a static keyword ability that says even if this attack is completely blocked, it still deals half damage rounded up. So even completely blocking it won't fully take the damage off of this one. As a static, your rival cannot play responsibilities during the damage step of this attack. So cards like Toughest Punk in Junior High, the, I believe, yellow Roman cancel ability that can set a damage to 3, things like this, your rival's not allowed to play those. And then as a response, after this attack is not completely blocked, it gets +6 damage. Holy crap. So it can be a 12 damage move if it's partially blocked, which means it'll deal 6 damage minimum. Or if it's unblocked. If this move goes unblocked, it's coming in for a minimum of 12. Which is just ridiculous. That is insane. So putting any sort of damage on this is going to make it really hard for your rival to deal with. And if it's completely blocked, they're just going to lose a card out of their hand, so it's going to cost 2 cards to take half damage from this without it getting the +6 damage. Next we have Hammerfall. This is his uncommon attack, a 4/3, 1 mid for 7 with a 1 mid block. Very slow, but again, we don't care if our rival fully blocks this because they're going to lose another card out of their hand. It's got tension and slam, and no other abilities. It's just here to get us a free momentum with tension and say, hey, do you want to take 4 damage because partial blocking is half rounded up, or do you want to lose 2 cards out of your hand? So if you start with this, your rival might not know what you have coming up next, so it could be kind of dangerous. Next up we have Heat Tackle. This is a 5/3, 3 high for 6, 2 low block, tension, charge, and punch, and it has a response card pool in brackets, which means you can use this responsibility while this card is in your card pool. Seal this card, which means it would lose all of its abilities. After your rival plays an ability that adds any number of cards to their hand, cancel it. So that makes the loss of their hand for completely blocking, this makes it kind of permanent. This makes it stick. Because, you know, you could say, oh, there's a lot of flip costs that just draw a card. If you've got Heat Tackle in your card pool, no, they don't. They have to spend multiple of those abilities just to draw one card. So really trying to tax that hand heavily. Next we have Throat Slitter, a 5/3 with a 5 mid for 5 and a 1 mid block, powerful 2 and weapon. As a blitz, your rival discards 1 card. If this attack deals damage, your rival draws 1 card. So after you've taxed their hand by making them completely block some of your attacks, you can rip the last card out of their hand with Throat Slitter, and then use this attack's powerful ability, which powerful is an enhance that says spend 1 or more momentum. This attack gets +2 damage for each momentum spent to pay the cost of this ability. I'm now noticing that Throat Slitter actually has a typo, but for powerful 2, for each momentum you spend to pay the powerful cost, you get 2 damage. So rip the last card out of their hand. If you've played some tension abilities, you've already got the momentum in the Roman cancels, dump all that into your powerful and just bonk them for a big damage hit. Of course, they'll be able to draw a card, but you were able to get a lot of damage in. I thought this one would be kind of fun. King Slam. This is a 5/3, 3 low for 8, 2 low block, slam, and weapon. As a static, you're not allowed to play any sorts of abilities during this attack. No blitzes, no responses, no enhances, nothing. And as another static, your rival is only allowed to play 1 enhance during this attack's enhance step. So this is kind of a card that almost every set, oddly enough, I try to go back to and see if I can make this card work, because a 3 low for 8 that my rival only gets to play 1 ability during is ridiculous. So if you could stack like your next attack gets onto this card, and then your rival's only allowed to play 1 ability. Also, if they full block because they don't want to take 8 damage, they lose 2 cards out of their hand, or they're taking a minimum of 4 from partial blocking. So I think King Slam could just be a fun little just throwaway attack where you don't care if it gets blocked, your rival kind of doesn't want to take 8 damage. So it could be like just a good like string opener. And lastly, we have Reciprocate, a 5/3, 3 high for 7, 1 high block, Fury, and Slam. Blitz, if you took damage last turn, this attack gets +3 damage. So this becomes a 3 high for 10. And it's another good opener because either your rival takes 5 from the partial, or they lose 2 cards out of their hand, and then you throw like a King Slam and be like, cool, do you want to take 8? Or you throw the King Slam first, and then after they've ripped 2 cards out of their hand from blocking that, you throw the Reciprocate. So that's just kind of a cool way. They're high and low, so you're taking away all your mid blocks so that you can play a Potemkin Buster that can't be completely blocked. I just think these 2 attacks are kind of fun adjacent to each other. No assets in this build, but we do have an action. We have Scanlan's Hand, a 2/5, 2 mid block, ally punch and spell. As a form, we commit 1 rival non-character card. But we may spend 1 momentum, and if we do, we can commit our rival's character instead. So just using big ol' hands to tell your rival's character to sit down. And then as a card pool response, after a block is played, the next attack this turn gets +3 or -3 damage. And if our character's hand size is less than our rival's, we get to build Scanlan's Hand face down committed, so it becomes a face down foundation. So this is kind of where I was talking about with next steps on something like King Slam. So you could play like your Heat Tackle, and then your rival blocks it. You play Scanlan's Hand, you play something like a Hammerfall. And after it's blocked, because your rival doesn't want to take 7, you can say your next attack's going to get 3 damage. Most likely, as a 5-hander, your hand size is going to be lower than your rival's. You build Scanlan Hands face down, so you lose 1 progressive difficulty. You play your King Slam, it's a 3 low for 11. Sure, you can't play any abilities during it, but your rival only gets 1 shot before they have to go to block step. So 3 low 11 after maybe they partially blocked a Hammerfall, or they completely blocked a Hammerfall and they had to give up another card from their hand. So that's pretty cool. Onto foundations, we have Garuda Impact, A 2/5 with a 3 low block, unique. Unique meaning it can only have one copy of this in your stage at a time. As an enhance, flip, this attack gets +2 or -2 damage. But if we've played a Roman cancel ability this turn, it gets +4 or -4 damage instead. So if we've made something 3 damage with a Roman cancel, we can then, on our rival's next attack, give that attack -4 damage. So we can constantly be reducing more damage, taking less damage as Potemkin. Or if we've, say, frozen one of their cards with the blue, I believe it is, Roman cancel ability, or we used red to change the zone of our attack, or we've used, I think it's purple, which allows us to, if our attack is completely blocked, clear it from our card pool and draw a card. He's really good with that Roman cancel ability. So I'm going to draw a card, I'm going to clear progressive difficulty, and you discard an additional card. That's really rough when you're facing against Potemkin, and you can give something +4 damage. We have Alone Infection, and I'm really upset that that we didn't get Dr. Faust in this set. Hopefully we get a second Guilty Gear set in like 2028, because I don't play Guilty Gear, but this dude is creepy looking, and I love a lot of creepy things. So this is a 2/5, 3 low block, response flip. After your attack deals 5 or more damage, draw 1 card, or add the top card of your deck to your momentum. So if our rival has to take some of our big damage hits, we can draw cards or get free momentum to use with our Roman cancel abilities, or we can just draw cards and hope we draw more gas. We have Irreverent Attitude. This is a 2/5 with a 1 mid block. Response flip, after an attack is blocked, the next attack this turn gets either +2 or -3 damage. So again, using this with Scanlan's hand onto like a King Slam, or even better, onto a Throat Slitter. When your rival only has 1 more card left in their hand, you rip that out of their hand. This is a 5 mid for 10 before you use the powerful. You're just going to dunk on people. We have Walking Fortress, a 3/5, 2 mid block. Enhance, sacrifice, choose 1. Or, if you've added 2 or more cards to your momentum this turn, choose both instead. Your next check to play card gets +3, which is a really good ability. Or build 1 card from your discard pile face down. So you get a free foundation. You get to replace Walking Fortress, and you've got +3 to your next check. So that's pretty good. We have Juggling Groceries, a 1/5 with a 3 high block. Enhance commit, this attack gets -2 speed, If your rival has more foundations than you, it gets -3 speed instead. As a 5-hander, we're going to get outbuilt. So this is just a good way to kind of check on that, because we get to get -3 speed. We have Reboot, a 2/5, 2 high block, and a tech keyword. This is one of my favorite foundations to come out of Turtles. Enhance, sacrifice. Return this attack to its printed speed and damage. Your rival may discard 1 attack or backup to cancel this effect. So we're going to tax their hand on their turn, and we're going to tax them on our turn. I like any way that I can just constantly be ripping cards out of your hand, or telling you I'm not going to take as much damage. Speaking of not taking as much damage, we've got Moment of Normalcy, a 2/5, 3 high block, unique. Enhance commit, return this attack to its printed speed or damage. No discard to cancel in this one. We have Faith Shield, a 2/4 with a 3 mid block. Response remove, after you block with this card, the attack deals no damage, and flip the attack after it resolves. So this is a block that clears itself from your card pool, so it clears defensive progressive difficulty. It makes the attack deal no damage, and you get to flip it so your rival can't combo off of it, and if it has any like card pool abilities, they lose access to those. We also have Enhance, sacrifice, this charge or stun attack gets -2 damage. A little bit more damage reduction, but we're mainly playing it here for the block trick. We have Fearsome Transformations, a 1/5 with a 3 high block. Enhance, flip, draw 1 card. If you have no momentum, discard 1 card. We're a 5-hander, we're looking for ways to draw cards. This is a good way to do that. Next up, we have Massive Size, an oldie but a goodie. It's a 5/5, 2 mid block. As a static, it gets -2 difficulty if you have more health than your rival. So we get one of these early on. If we can chip away our rival, this is a 3 diff. And then enhanced commit, this attack gets plus X damage. X equals 10 minus your hand size. So in Potemkin, this is going to be commit for plus 5 damage. Really going to put pressure on your rival. Imagine you rip enough cards out of your rival's hand that they can't block, and then you throw a Potemkin Buster when they have no cards in their hand, and you commit a massive size and then get the plus 6, and it just deals like 17 damage. That's crazy. I love Potemkin Buster, and I'm going to work really hard to make that card work. Speaking of cards that work, Toughest Punk in Junior High. A 2/5, 3 mid-block. Response flip before you take damage from an attack. Reduce the damage you would take by 3. So what's cool is you can use Potemkin, I believe, before you take damage from an attack. Reduce, if it's 4 damage, you can give it -1, and then flip for -3. The attack deals no damage. Pretty good. And if we do take damage, we have Ultra Regeneration. This is a 4/6, 2 low block. Response, Tenacious, which means playable while committed. Flip, after you take 5 or more damage from an attack, draw 2 cards and gain 2 health. So we can draw defensively and we can gain some health. And then Enhanced Tenacious Remove, if you have no ready foundations, add 1 card from your discard pile to your hand. So if you are all tapped out, maybe you have to let your rival hit you, you can remove this and pick up any attack you want from your discard pile and say, if you don't kill me this turn, I'm gonna hurt you. As a good stats card, we have number 10 Pro Hero, 0/6, 1 high block. It's just in here for good builds, good checks, and good blocks. We have Defending Pageant Queen, a 2/5 with a 3 high block. Enhanced Remove, reduces attack speed to 1. Just make sure we're absolutely going to block this attack. We have What is a Symbol, a 2/5, 3 high block. It's got Pro Hero Breaker 1. We're not a Pro Hero, so we don't need to worry about that. But enhance once per turn, we remove 2 foundations from our discard pile. This attack is +2 or -2 damage, so damage reduction, and a little bit of damage pump to try to push some more pressure into our opponent offensively. And lastly, we have Big Appetite. It's a 2/5, 2 low block. It's got a Fat Gum enhance that we're not going to worry about because our name isn't Fat Gum. But we have Enhanced Flip, draw 1 card, discard 1 card unless your character's hand size is less than your rival's. Again, as a 5-hander, which seems to be fallen under by the wayside in current UVS, we're always going to have a lower hand size. So this is just flip draw a card. So that's really good. And that is Potemkin Day 0. I will admit he's going to take a little bit of a lot of work to make work, but I think if you're dedicated enough, you could definitely put a very punishing style deck together with Potemkin. I love characters that can sit there and take a hit and then punish your rival for taking a hit, kind of like Metalhead, or punish you for not wanting to take a hit like Potemkin here. It's just going to be a matter of, can you make your attacks threatening enough to make your rival want to deal with them and lose that hand tax, or just take a bunch of damage from partial blocks. So that's all I got to say for Potemkin for now, and I will see you guys in the next one. So if you enjoyed the video, please leave it a like. Comment down below if you still want me to do the competitive versions of these Guilty Gear characters. If so, I'll probably put something together for those. And I will see you guys in the next one. Take care, guys.